Looking at the fact that vote buying is something that, just like Doctor said, should be stopped by the people themselves. Is it possible that we totally eradicate this vote buying? Plus, the fact that it's been popularly said that poverty weaponization is what makes the people accept whatever the political elites bring to them. What's your take about vote buying as well? While we also get some reports coming in from the APC election ongoing present.
Well, you see, when we give these criminal activities different names, that appears as if it's a new genre of crimes. I mean, when you induce, these are crimes, not under the criminal code. And then when you actually vote, when buy votes, it's also a crime. The problem we have in this country, why it's difficult to stop it, is that in the Nigerian constitution, the same constitution was supposed to be, that's a grand norm, empowers the president to appoint whosoever he wants as the Inspector General of Police and as the chairman of INEC. I mean, and in this instance now, what Tinubu has appointed Amupito, a non-APC supporter who has posted separately online about his work on the APC as INEC chairman. Ordinarily, INEC should be complaining to the police or should be making a report that so-and-so candidate is involved in this criminal activity and so should be disqualified, because that is the penalty for these crimes. If you are involved in vote buying and all these other criminal activities, pre and post election, during and post elections, you have committed a crime and you could be disqualified. Now, will you expect the same Amobito who was appointed by Tinubu to penalize Oyebanji, who is a Tinubu party man? Or will you expect the Inspector General of Police, this appointed by Tinubu from the booths, to now enforce the laws against Oyebanji or the APC Tinubu's party? So yes, a short answer to your question is, it is possible to dispense or to penalize or to stop vote buying, but under the present Nigerian constitution, the answer is absolutely no. That is why, for most of us, virtually all problems of Nigeria can be cited, are founded in the fraudulent document we refer to as the Nigerian constitution. If there was a foolproof mechanism of appointing the INEC chairman or the police boss or even the DSS, these things can be called. But in a situation where everything, all powers of the state are vested in a politician to do whatever he likes at any time, how can you implement these laws? Even the Attorney General who will prosecute over these matters is also an appointee. Will you expect the current family to file a suit against the APC or Oyebanji for the same crimes? I mean, the constitution makes Nigeria a most unserious state. And until we dispense with it, until we rewrite it, we will continue to be this mess. And it should not just be this ad hoc 10-section amendment today, 20-section amendment tomorrow. No. A holistic ditching of this document. Because it's a fraudulent document, like Paul said. Why do I say it's a fraudulent document? We call it the Nigerian Constitution, but in reality, it is the schedule of the military decree number 24 of 1999, signed by Abubakar, a dictator. And that's what is guiding Nigeria. And it is infused with so many booby traps, so many nonsensical provisions that make it impossible for any state to move forward. That is why we're in the mess where. Like I said, a simple answer to your question is yes. It is possible to rid Nigeria of these biases, but not under the present constitution, unless we have an altruistic fellow, somebody who is motivated to change, who is not motivated by self, who is not an emilocom, who wants to rule Nigeria with grace. That can say, okay, let us do this as it should be. But as long as we have these characters, with tainted characters, tainted backgrounds, coming to rule over us, having this Nigerian 1999 constitution, we are going to be in a mess for a very long time.
It's interesting, Barrister, that you mentioned the 1999 constitution. In fact, some people are saying that the consistent reviewing of that constitution is another problem. What's your take about that? Plus, live footages from some polling units in Ekiti State is what you're having on the screen. Of course, you're seeing voters there carefully looking for their names. But of course, we also hear that Governor Oyebamiji's polling unit is being flooded with EFCC officials because there is an alleged position on the fact that there will be major vote buying in that particular polling unit. What's your take again about these? And I talk on the part of reviewing the 1999 Constitution or amending it, as it were, as against holistically having a new constitution that will govern the country.
Thank you very much. You see, the current Nigerian Constitution starts with a fundamental lie. It says, we the people do hereby make unto ourselves this constitution. A fundamental lie, because it was not the people that did anything. So all these piecemeal amendments, which have been going on every legislative cycle has done it, right from 1999. They've always been changing and amending. But what they do is all parochial amendments. The entire document should be ditched, and then there should be a convocation of a national conference, of a people's conference, to decide on how they want to be governed, and not this piece, because each time they do this amendment, the next one will amend and amend. America has been on for more than 250 years this year, and they've had less than 30 amendments of their constitution. Less than 30 in 250 years. Nigeria, we've had more than 500 amendments of sexual amendments every time we amend, and each amendment comes up with worse than what was in the initial instance. So, my dear, the solution is not this peaceful amendment. Rather, it is to totally dump this document, have an interim measure to guide the country while that a new document is being fashioned, and that document should be sovereign, in the sense that if we don't agree to go together as one, then we can have a loose arrangement, maybe a confederation or whatsoever that will guide Nigeria through. Because just like Russia, just like Yugoslavia, perhaps some states we can be better off than this conglomeration we are in. Can you imagine if you have France, Germany, and Britain in one country? In one country, they will kill themselves. Just like what is going on in Nigeria. With regard to the election, the election we saw, my dear, I admire the courage of those guys who are lining up. I mean, who are trying to make the best. But I should also encourage them that they should have mechanisms to protect their environment. Not depending on the police, not depending on the government agency, but to protect their environment and ensure that whatever votes they cast gets counted. And if there is anybody who is giving cash for votes, they should descend on him. And you know, in Nigeria, we have this way of maybe visiting thieves in markets with justice. Anybody you see around your political unit who is trying to influence voters, the crowd there should go and receive him with joy and do what they do to thieves in marketplaces.
All right.
And with regards to the UFCC, surrounding the polling units where Oyeba is voting, that is absolute nonsense. I mean, they're just trying to show that they're doing something. In reality, you don't need so many people there. They are other polling units. I assure you, Oyeba, this polling center will be a saintly place. Nothing will happen there. But then other places, what of other places? Thank you very much.
All right, then. Thank you so very much.